hit the start button.
All right, here we go.
Hold on, I'm eating some chicken.
Well, you can do that. Although
I shoot the chicken.
Shoot the
Oh, my
chicken.
Lord.
Okay. So,
Roll for it.
welcome to Heroes and Hot Dogs, where some of you are heroes and others are hot dogs, and you know which ones you are. Oh, there's dice rolling already. Oh, and you lost. Congratulations, you've already lost Dungeons and Dragons.
You're dead.
You're dead.
Hold on, how do I lose Dungeons and Dragons when I roll 2 4s on D4s?
Because
I killed
that
the chicken.
means it equals 8, and 8 is turned sideways, and it's infinity. That means you have infinity to spend in health.
I just did infinity damage to the chicken.
Okay, so the three of you are floating in a cold and silent, empty blackness. There's nothing around you that you can see, hear, or feel. It's just a kind of a black void.
Or more specifically, a Dunfog void.
A Dunfog void. It sounds like poop. It's you. Fine. You can smell poop. We're not sure why, but you can only smell that because Diggory said it. Now it's canon.
I am the new lord.
So out of the silence, though, you begin to hear music playing out of the void, basically, and it kind of begins to draw you and pull you in towards it. Okay. So, it pulls you out of the void, and you each open your eyes, and you awaken inside of an open coffin in a dark room made of stone by candlelight. And it smells of mold and a little bit like tacos. You have no memories of your past.
Dost thou not forget the shat smell upon the air as well.
Well, that's gone now. That's gone now.
Oh.
That was only in the void.
Oh, that was just me, actually.
That was just you. It could dump in the void. Because you just couldn't hold it any longer.
But we still heard the music.
Yes. The music is here. You have no memories of your past or how you got here. But standing over you is a mariachi band. Which is this. Hey! Consisting of 4 skeletons in giant sombreros. So they just finished, and they saw you all awakened, and they kind of actually begin to play a different song as they head out of the room. So once they're gone, you see that in one corner of the room, there's an old man with gaunt features, an elaborate coat, and a kind of a dark robe that goes over his face. He sits at a table lit by candlelight, writing in a book and kind of just checking his notes and going over different tables and whatnot. He notices that you guys have stirred and kind of looks up. He walks over to you. Oh, good. Welcome back. I don't have a lot of time here, so let's make this quick. My name is Ames, and I am actually an avatar of death, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm a reaper, so boo. You guys are lucky, though, because not only did the new intern, Chad, mess up, and technically you're not supposed to be here, but I actually need you to do something for me. Really sorry for the inconvenience, by the way, for, the whole dying thing. That's kind of our bad. But the silver lining here for you is that you can actually get out of here, unlike the rest of these chums, and back to the world of living. Since no one here will actually miss you, I'll explain more once you've made your escape, but basically, what I need from you is take some very bad people who are giving me a very troublesome headache from all the extra reaping work going on. It's crazy up in there. You guys don't remember anything, but it's probably for the best. Now, the problem is I can't actually take you out myself directly because there's some rules to this thing and paperwork and yada, yada, yada. And I would be eviscerated, actually, technically, just where I stand by my boss if I was seen directly assisting a soul trying to escape. You understand. It's a problem here. I can, however, provide you with some guidance along the way. And more importantly, I'm able to link the different circles together so you can jump directly from circle to circle without having to actually spend entire lifetimes traveling through the circles between them. There are 9 of them after all. It's quite a long journey normally. Most people don't ever make it, which is why you don't see people just resurrecting from the dead randomly. It's not particularly easy to do. So then Ames, he kind of snaps his fingers, and a door appears at the end of the room that has a kind of a slight glow to it. He says, I have brought your corporeal forms along with your souls so you don't just go completely bonkers. as lost storms tend to do around here. You've probably seen the overworld too, how you have like ghosts and stuff that just go and haunting people randomly. We don't want that. That does, however, mean that you're mortal, and I don't recommend dying in horrific ways. But anyways, good luck, and he vanishes. So, you are in this room now by yourself, the three of you, and I will describe the three of you because I don't remember how much you guys have communicated about kind of what you are.
0.
Right. So,
So we don't know each other.
you don't know each other. You don't even know who you yourselves are either, really too much.
Bog
You have
standard
some-
amnesia.
You have some.
We have no memory at all about our past.
No, you have some basic feelings about kind of like who you are as people, and kind of like basic connections to the world, but you don't have any specific memories you can kind of tie down. The first one we have is going to be WE1142R, who appears to be a almost Egyptian style kind of clad, almost like a robot looking person who has actually, Verd, if you want to explain more in detail about what you kind of look like, you can do that.
Remind me of your serial number again.
It's WE1142R.
Oh, I got it right.
Hold on, I need buttons. Buttons, where's my buttons? I can't find my buttons.
I'm just gonna write Necron as your description.
That'll work. Okay, so my skin would be gray because it's metal. I have a scimitar and a shield. I'm wearing a kilt and some basic armor that's Egyptian themed.
Right. I don't think that they call it
Egyptian
kilts
theme.
in Egypt, but that's okay.
No, I don't know the name for it.
I don't either, but that's good.
It's a skirt of some description.
And you're not
This-
especially
Oh, yeah, and
tall,
sandals.
right? You're just like mid height basically.
5'8",
You're 5'8", and
I think.
okay. Yeah,
should
but
check.
you're still a pretty you're a heavy dude because you're a robot. So you have green eyes and gray skin. It says, yeah.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
There. Actually, that's a much more... Yeah, I'm 5'8", weigh 275 pounds, green eyes, gray skin.
And in the left hand side of the
And-
ring, we have. Okay, so that is WE1142R. Good lord, this is gonna be annoying saying your name over and over again.
Just wait for somebody to name me.
Yep.
We will.
Do it fast. And the next we have a small gnome man. So, Pop, you want to describe yourself?
Okay, so I'm supposed to talk with an accent.
Well, not only in character, not in character right now.
Oh, okay. So I'm not in character now. Okay.
Right.
So I am a very short individual. I am known as a gnome. I have
The nomenclature is.
the nomenclature. Yeah, that's what I should have called myself. So I have a white beard, but that's not because I'm old, because I was basically almost
Very
born with it.
He's very sensitive about that.
I'm very sensitive about that. That's right. I have wearing blue pants and a brown vest and covered with buttons, and I have some fun. It looks like slippers for shoes. I have a
Very-
red
very
cheerful
comfy hat.
hat.
I'm just gonna write down garden gnome in my notes.
Yes, that's actually I look a lot like a garden gnome, and there's a reason for it.
But we don't know. Yeah, okay. And all right,
Okay.
and then the next person we have is has a chicken for a head.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
Yes,
you
you
do.
do.
Real me and video game me are two different people.
So okay, so you don't. Diggory does not have a chicken for a head.
I'm a human through and
Yes,
through.
yes, I. But the other character, well, maybe you do have a chicken for a head. Okay, but it has a chicken for a head. So Digger, you want to describe yourself?
That's just a picture of me. I'm 6 foot. I'm a muscular monk man. You know, the kind of
I'm a hot, sweaty monk man. Looking for adventure.
imagine like a Shaolin monk, but I'm still just a pasty white kid. A Shaolin monk in terms of like stature, I don't know. Like I'm very obviously a fit gentleman. I'm also 6 foot. I don't know weight. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. It's fine. That's not a big deal.
And I'm wearing, aside from the fact that I have nice boots, I'm wearing just bog standard peasant. I have a shirt. It is blue. I have pants, and they are black.
Okay. So just
And
basic
and I'm
clothing.
pretty unremarkable. I have a mask, but I'm not wearing it at the moment.
Unremarkable. You have a chicken head. How
Yeah,
is that
you have a chicken head.
unremarkable?
Yeah.
Lord,
So I guess the question is this a real chicken head? Is your head a chicken or is it a mask?
I already said I am a human, so anything
Yes. Well,
unless
it doesn't
unless
mean that,
magic occurs, it is by default a mask.
Okay, so you are wearing a giant chicken mask.
It is not giant, and
Not
I am
giant.
not wearing it at the moment.
Okay, so it is. Well, it's on your person.
Yeah, it's
But okay,
in a pocket maybe.
in a pocket. Okay.
And the name
Um,
of this person is.
And the name of the person is Finnegan Kernigan.
Yeehaw.
Oh,
But
also
that seems-
the name of our gnome friend is called a Nomad.
Nomad. And
Nomad.
by the way, I'm very cheerful looking, kind of like Santa Claus.
I'm gonna-
Who did we lose?
no, we
nobody.
gained.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
Savage. Just so you know, we're muting you, Savage, because we're in D&D. You can listen, but we don't want chaos in the server.
Playing D&D, you shtick.
You stick, literally, because your name is Savage Stick. Okay. Anywho, so you guys are in this room together, the three of you, with very little memory, and you just met Ames, the kind of creepy. He's a Reaper, right? He kind of looked like kind of a shade, kind of had a
I don't
kind
know
of
what.
undead-looking features, kind of skull-like.
And
And
there's there's a coffin in front of us. Is that what you said?
You were all in a coffin,
In a coffin.
not together in one coffin. That would be
Like in a boat?
weird. But you were all individually in coffins. Yes.
Oh, so I have a little mini coffin.
You had a little mini coffin, yeah. It had a little-
I'm only 3 feet
Dial
tall.
size.
Actually, your coffin was the sidecar coffin of of Finnegan's coffin. Yeah, like so there's a little attachment, like a little like spindle off, little bar there. So yeah, you guys are here. I am not gonna guide you basically.
Right.
So
So we don't actually know each other yet, except we just
No.
saw each other, right?
no, you just woke up together, and Ames talked to you, and then he left, and a door appeared, and you can the door is on the right side of the room as you're looking at it from top. And there's not much else in the room. There's that table where Ames was at, and some candles. And then there's your coffins. Also, just as a kind of ground rules for the campaign, I'm only gonna give you basic descriptions of things, of areas and whatnot. If you want to know more details, you can ask. Like if you want to be asked specific questions, I can't just fabricate, an entire area with every little detail. So if you want to look for something specific, like I want to look into it's a book. Like, okay, I can tell you if there's any books in the area or bookshelves or if there's any, windows or doors, right? You can just ask me that and I can have you roll possibly, or I'll just tell you. But I won't tell you everything up front about areas because it's a lot to kind of balance. It's just easier and it kind of helps if I know what you're kind of looking for, so I can kind of help you out too with whatever you're trying to do. Kind of makes the world a little more fluid too. So you kind of have a little bit of a part in kind of creating the world around you as you go. So just a heads up for that. So you guys are in this room. What are you doing?
So, well, my first question is there anything else in the room?
Not really. It seems to be
Okay,
pretty-
so there's no
a
sense
pretty-
in asking if there's books and there's paper clips and stuff, right? I mean, because there isn't anything.
No, this particular room seems to be like almost like a storage closet, in the sense that it's like a vacant one though, because it's just kind of like it's a small room and there's not much to it. Like it's just kind of like an offshoot room of looks like a larger facility. Yeah, there's not much in here. There's like
Specifically the room to hold the 3 coffins, or specifically 2.5.
2.5 coffins. Yes, that's
Are
your
you calling
your
me
new
half a person?
your new comedy special is
That's
2.5
racist.
coffins.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk, right? Is that okay? All
Yeah.
right. So top of the morning to you. My name is Nomad. What is your names? You good people?
You killed him. You killed Diggory.
You look very
just-
friendly.
I just woke up for Big Dad.
Hey,
Ooh,
I
sounds
can.
scary.
Is anybody injured? I can help.
No.
You sound
I-
injured.
No.
What was that coughing I heard? Weren't you
No.
coughing? Oh. No. Well,
My name
Heck.
is Finnegan.
hello Finnegan. I'm Nomad. Good to meet you.
I am WE1142R. How is everybody?
Oh, you big wee man. You look like a wee man to me.
A wee man.
Well, WE. Until you tell me something
Well.
better, I'm gonna call you Wingman.
Hey, whatever you want to call me, go for it.
The door that is currently glowing, it starts to kind of flash a little bit, like a little, like kind of like. Deet, deet.
Ooh, hey guys, I think maybe we should run through this door. What do you think?
Yeah,
Is there
let's-
another door?
Nope.
Can we
there's
go
one
bang
door.
on the walls and try to find another door? Maybe on the floor?
I mean,
I'm
you
going
can.
out the door. I'm going to go just grab the handle and go.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Oh,
it's
I'm
yeah.
gonna follow him.
Okay.
That sounds like
I
a
was-
good idea.
I was just reading about the Tomb of Horrors, and if your dungeon master starts counting down or up, you need to.
It's kind of true though. Yeah. Because the general rule of DM isn't gonna do too many like countdowns. If he does, it's a problem.
Yeah. So bye.
It's a bye. All right. So are you all leaving?
Yes.
I am.
Okay. What order are you leaving in?
I got first dibs already.
Okay. So it's Finnegan in front, and who's behind him? And then
I think I'm
Nomad?
second.
Yeah, Nomad. Okay. And
That's
then
second.
and then
Well, I guess
W-
that makes me third,
E.
unless I want to fight somebody.
and then the WE. Okay. All right.
The WE.
Or W. We'll call you W for now.
WWE.
Okay. And are you just running through? Or are you being quiet? What are you doing?
I'm gonna open the door and see what's on the other side first.
The door is already open,
Oh.
and you cannot see through it. It is a
Oh, it's one-
shimmering portal that's currently taking place at the door right now.
Then yeah, just walk on through, my man.
Okay. All right. So it goes. He said it was Finnegan. What you hear? You can do that, right? You moving, you guys?
I see that, but I cannot do that so good.
You, as you enter this room, you hear a voice that says, "Born of blood and born of dirt, born twice now, be to damnation avert." I'm gonna put this in Discord, by the way, so you can reference it. Okay. Whenever I give you guys something that's like gonna be, so that is what you hear as you enter the room. So you look around the room and you see that it's fairly sparse, not as sparse as the last room, obviously, 'cause there was nothing in there. So there's a giant pool of water, which is kind of the most prominent feature of the room for sure. There's also an altar, and on it sits a holy symbol and a knife. And off to one end, there is a doorway, and you can see a ghoul kind of shambling around. Since you guys weren't being particularly quiet, kind of just jumped in here. It turns around, looks at you, and roll for initiative.
Okay, so first of all, we're like in this little corridor, not actually in the room yet.
I'm
Fine,
gonna do.
According
Yeah.
to this.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You can still attack from back there if you have line of sight on it.
Can I ask him how he's feeling?
The ghoul?
Yes.
Yeah. Talking is a free action. You
Hey,
can...
cool. How are you feeling?
Hungry.
Ooh, he looks friendly. He looks like friendly. I think we should go talk to him more.
Isn't he holding a weapon? I don't agree.
Okay, so I'm gonna have the ghoul.
We have
the ghoul,
chicken.
He has. He's actually holding a severed arm in his hands, and he's gnawing on it.
You have food right there. Why are you telling us you're hungry?
More.
That's just greedy. You're greedy.
So Finnegan, you don't think he's friendly?
I
He
think
looks
he's
friendly
greedy.
to
I
me.
did not say if he's friendly or not.
So what's your total there, Diggory?
Post mod is 18.
18. Okay. Go ahead and Nomad. And give me your total when you're done.
So I've got initiative 2, so it's 15.
15. Okay. And then WE.
Ooh.
I did it.
That's it. What's your pots? What's your
Wait.
plus?
I already have
What
it
is
in
this?
there.
The die shows 4, but the number
So that's
says
6.
6.
Yeah, it's because
6. Okay.
Oh, you
I
added
manually
the...
rolled it.
Oh, okay, that works.
I just did slash roll d20 plus 2.
I'm gonna roll my d20. Oh,
Ooh.
snap! Okay,
No!
he's going first for sure. This is my first time actually like doing this side of things, so hold on. I don't think they get plus initiative. Okay, he's just straight roll. Okay, so 18.
So me and him go at the same time and have an epic duel while they watch and cry.
What is your dexterity modifier?
Hold on, I need to... I'm on the wrong tab. Plus 3.
Plus 3. You go first. He has plus 2.
E.
Okay, so that means the ghoul goes second. That means you go first. So he's eyeing you over, and he definitely looks like he wants to take a bite out of you. You know, he has he
You
doesn't
got
have
food
weapons.
right there!
It's mostly gnawed off. It's it's bloodied, and it's mostly not much sustenance left. So he looks kind of like he just wants to gnaw on people in general.
I like how you're honestly defending the hunger of a ghoul.
Okay, he's hungry. Okay, he had a tough childhood growing
Ghouls
up.
have
His daddy didn't
feelings
love
too.
him, and like he had a rough time in the neighborhood, man. Okay, he's right over where he looks like on the map, I believe. Yeah, so he's a good distance away. He's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
So
35
that
feet away.
conversation we held was essentially a shouting match to begin with.
You're like, hi. He's like, eh. Yeah,
Well,
yeah. So you're 35 feet away. At least you are, Diggory. 'Cause
Square is
they're-
5 feet.
Yeah, where's 5 feet? What you doing?
I mean, I don't. Let me check. I don't think running. I forget how that works.
Movement, I think you have 30.
My base is
Yeah,
30.
base is 30, so you can go 30 feet, which puts you perfect. You can go right next to him. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You know,
Oh yeah.
Are you going to run next to him then?
Yeah, I'll punch him in the mouth. Yeah, let's go.
All right, I'm going to move you 30 feet. There you go. All right. Go ahead and do whatever you're going to do.
Ha!
That is not the right number. You
How is that not the
roll,
right-
you
You-
roll,
what?
roll a d20 to see if you hit.
Oh my. There you go.
All right, add your modifier.
Which modifier?
On whatever attack you're doing, it should list it on your D&D Beyond sheet. You're doing unarmed strike, so it's the hit slash DC, which is +5.
I see.
Right?
So
See that?
yes, I'm gonna write that down. 17.
Okay, 17 hits, and
So now I roll the damage die.
Now you roll damage. Yep,
All right, so I roll.
that's a 1d4 +3. Yeah,
Wow. There you go.
that's a 2, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Plus
Okay.
the 3 is 5.
+5. Okay, cool. So hold on. All right, that hold on, it hits. 1 second here. I have to figure how mouth works, so that's
If his
difficult.
whole,
in
if
my
his whole
brain.
head pops off,
Okay, so so what'd you do? You punched him right in the face, or what? What are you doing?
I'm gonna punch him in the mouth for wanting to
Right
eat
in the
more.
mouth. Okay. He was gnawing on that arm, and
No, he's really
it,
gnawing on some arm.
it falls to the ground in front of
His
him.
arm or the arm he was eating.
The arm he was eating falls to the ground. So you didn't punch him that hard. What else are you doing?
I mean, I don't see why I shouldn't just punch him again with my my second unarmed strike.
Yep, you can bonus action punch again.
Plus 5 is 19.
Yep, that hits.
So. Ah!
Nice. Okay,
Almost full damage.
that did pretty good. All right. You hit him for a good chunk of change there, and he is very, very mad at you.
Understandable.
well, after the first hit, he kind of looked down at the arm he dropped and was like, "Aww." And then you punched him again. He's like, "Nah!"
So I just punched the ice cream out of some dude's hand effectively.
He got
And
real
then I
sad,
got-
then real mad. Yep.
Dang
Uh,
it! And I was even thinking about not hitting again.
Well, I mean, it's good to hit people.
You live, you
You're a
learn.
monk. It's what you gotta do, man. You gotta do. So the next person up is the ghoul. So the ghoul's gonna just took away his snack and then punched him in the mouth. He does not like that very much. So he's gonna go ahead and bite you. Okay.
I choose to let him grab my arm with his mouth, and then I flex and break his jaw. Oh.
That is not gonna hit anything you have. So he jumps at you with his mouth open, and you just step out of the way, and you're like, whatever.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Where'd you learn to do that move? In a book? Nerd.
Nerd. Yeah, so that was his thing, and he's going to just kind of hang out because he wants to eat you. He's not gonna move anywhere. So that is his turn. It looks like much going on for Mr. Ghoul. He's had a rough day. So next in the order is Nomad. What you gonna do?
Okay, so questions on rules here. So,
Mhm.
so can I move first and then cast a spell?
Yep, you can move as much as you want, and then do an action, and then move the rest of your movement. Your movement can be broken up as however you want, basically.
Okay, so I forgot I didn't put on my mage armor, and I probably better do that.
Yep, you should have done that first.
So I should have done that first. Already made a mistake. Okay, so how far can I go? I can go 5 of those squares, right?
Yeah, because you're 25. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I just want to go down
Short
toward.
Yep, their legs.
See, do I need line? Okay. I don't know. Do I need line of sight? Is that water thing gonna make if I'm behind that water thing? Do I have line of sight still?
I mean, I'll certainly be
Yeah,
buttered.
it's a pool of water. It is not raised up.
It's built into the floor.
Yeah.
And
it
how do
descends into the
movements
ground.
work? What if you go kitty corner? What does that mean?
It's fine. It doesn't matter. The squares don't actually matter in terms of anything that has to do with attacks. it's just distance. The
Right,
squares
but-
are just only there to help you figure out how
but if-
far you can move.
Right, but if I go
Um,
kitty corner, do I need to?
You can measure kitty corner. That's fine.
Okay, so they're really circles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Uh,
fine.
I mean, a lot of D&D doesn't use squares, and they use a measuring tape. But I don't know how to do that.
Right. Right. Okay.
I don't know how to do that.
Honest to goodness tabletop.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that in Roll20, so I can't. And if you're close enough, I'll usually like that's fine. Not a big deal. If you're off like a foot, you can't even tell, right? Whatever, it's fine.
So
I think. My
What?
bad.
Oh.
I think the basic kind of thing is that if your square is adjacent to their square in any way, it's considered close enough to hit.
Well, yeah, but
well-
for range attacks, it matters more. But yeah,
what I want to do is I want to head for cover and turn on my mage armor. So to do that, I guess I'll go up northeast.
I will say that it's not interested in you, so you may not have to defend yourself immediately. It's currently
There's only one guy in there, right?
yeah,
Only
only one guy. It's currently preoccupied.
Somehow I
Uh,
doubt it has ranged attacks to begin with.
That's
so,
true. Okay,
uh,
so
Just as a helpful hint, I shouldn't tell you.
well, I know, but I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
I'm new at this, guys. Okay, so maybe I don't need to do that, and I can always do that afterwards. But I should head for cover, and I need to probably get out so the.
You can move through one another. It's not a problem.
Oh, we
Uh,
can. Okay.
yeah. You can even occupy
Okay.
the same space technically.
I
if
mean,
you
you're
want to.
small enough to fit through in cramped areas, anyways. Just
You can
saying.
sit on
Okay,
his
so I-
shoulders.
I think I'm just gonna go up in the corner and then do some sort of an attack, a spell attack.
All right.
So
Top left or
yeah, up behind that whatever it's called. That.
pillar?
The northwestern corner statue. I don't know.
Oh,
Are we
can I
able to
hide
move
behind the
ourselves?
pillar?
Yeah, you can hide behind the. You can't move yourself. No.
Okay. One,
Well, actually, can you try? I don't know.
I don't. I've tried. I can't.
No, I didn't think so. Yeah, I don't think
Is that a setting, maybe?
so hold on.
I think just DM can.
Yeah, I think it's just because the problem is that all the assets are on the same kind of command line. So otherwise, you could move the monsters and you can move any like actual like things I put on the map, and that's a problem like by accident to do. So
Just let
yeah.
Trev handle it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
oh glorious dungeon master.
So you're hiding behind the pillar, or the statue? Sorry, I mean behind the statue.
Yeah, because I only need 60 feet, so
Okay.
I'm looking here. Or is it 60? Yeah.
And also, you can shoot through your friends. Okay.
I don't like the
Really?
sound of that.
Yes.
Oh, 'cause
unless
you,
they.
basically you're going overhead, right, or something like that.
Yeah,
That's how it
basically.
works.
And unless they are being grappled, in which case they are being used as cover. So if he
Oh.
grabs right, so if don't shoot somebody if they're right, because that's the whole like I have a hostage thing, right? That's the only time where it's a problem, but otherwise you can shoot through your friend, it's fine, because the squares aren't technical definitions of where they are at this exact moment. He's darting around. They're moving in combat, right? So it's just you wait for the opening and then you shoot, right?
Okay.
That's fine. So you know.
Also, I want to point out that the vertically challenged would probably go through the legs rather than over the head.
That's probably true too. Yeah. You do that too.
All right. This is
Yeah.
true. Yes.
Yeah.
Vertically challenged. Very nice way to
I mean,
put it.
I'm the same height as my character. Do you want me to measure and see if 3 feet reaches from the ground to my crotch?
I just go overhead anyway.
Just jump.
You just hop.
Look at me! Look at me!
Now, you're hiding
Okay.
behind the statue or on top of?
You can climb it if you want.
I have to roll for something.
No,
No,
I'm just
no.
behind it.
Climbing is half speed.
Oh.
You can climb it if you want to. You might have enough distance. No, you wouldn't have enough distance. Not
It
quite.
wouldn't matter, right?
Yeah.
And then I got to climb down later. So
Yeah, yeah, you do.
He's scared of heights. He can't get down.
All right, what are you doing? What are you doing?
okay, so I'm going to use my Ray of Frost,
Okay.
cast it, and I guess I don't know how do I do this.
Yeah, how do you
Right.
cast this thing? What's
So,
your?
I-
You have
I-
a focus, right?
A focus is my ring, so I hold my hand up and I concentrate on my ring and I whip my hand around and go shoot.
Okay.
And
All right.
it says a frigid beam of blue-white light streaks toward this ghoul.
Okay. Roll attack roll.
So it says make a ranged spell attack. So what do I do?
Roll d20
D20.
and add 5.
Ooh, Matt.
Ooh, 20.
That's a nat 12. Holy shit. Okay.
Natural 20 plus a
all
five.
right.
The first one! Yay!
Okay, so before we deal damage, I need you I need you
Oh.
to roll
Uh-huh.
a hold on, where is the stupid thing?
Are we about to have one of those great accuracy but no damage things going on here? Because I
Uh,
will throw the gnome into them to make sure some damage is done.
Damn it, dice.
Hey.
We'll see if we can craft you a suit with a bunch of spikes on it. You'll stick to some wildlife like it's Velcro.
So I need you to roll a d10.
D10.
Ooh.
That is a 6. Oh, sweet lord. Okay.
Wait a minute.
All right. Now roll your damage die.
Oh, damn,
I'll tell you what happened, which is, it says a 1d8.
1d8. Okay, hold on. Go back.
And there's no modifier. So go ahead and do that. You're gonna eviscerate this thing.
6.
All right. Roll it again.
Roll it again?
Roll it again.
5.
Oh my gosh.
What is
no,
this?
that-
What's
okay,
going
It's
on?
not a D8.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah. Roll a d8. Sorry.
Oh, I don't know why I pushed. Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Okay.
there you
So
go.
that's
I
10.
rolled lost.
So,
Okay,
sorry
fine.
to do that
That's
to
10.
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
All right, so you fire a beam of frost at this ghoul, and you hit it directly in his right arm, which is currently fending off blows from Finnegan, and it just freezes it entirely solid, and it just falls off.
All right.
Dude, that's metal.
And it crashes to the floor and disintegrates. You have successfully dismembered the enemy, which was a rule I didn't think would come into play for a very long time. That you did
Because I rolled a 20.
because you rolled a critical hit and then you rolled a 6. Yeah,
So what was the rule? It said if I get a critical hit, that he loses a limb.
if you get a critical hit and then roll a 5 or above on a d10,
He loses a limb.
uses a limb. Yeah,
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So
gonna hurt.
you just pulled a limb off this guy, and he is real scared.
And by the way, it says his speed is reduced by 10, just in case that comes into play.
And he's slowed. Okay, good to know. Now that's important. So,
But just
speed-
until the start of my next turn.
Okay, by 10 until next turn.
Somehow I doubt he'll make it to that.
Okay, so he's looking really, really bad. Like he's just like, ugh. He's not looking.
Do you want a
too good.
snow cone, foul beast?
You gonna give him a snow cone out of his own arm shards?
That sounds appropriately metal. Don't tempt me.
I mean, you can do that if you want to, I suppose.
It's Verge's turn. I can't do it yet.
That's true. That's true. All right. Are you ending your turn then? I'm assuming. Nomad.
What else can I do? I can't do
You
anything else.
You
kind
can
of
hurl
move
an
back-
insult.
Yeah,
What?
you can taunt him. Yeah, you can
Oh.
say stuff if you want to. Get your catchphrase going on, or you got any?
Okay, no.
Terrible puns.
This is what my character would do. Okay, my
Okay.
character is this is just his personality. Mr. Ghoul, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I hurt you. But
Then why'd you do it?
but you were hurting my friends, and I had to do something. I'm
just
so sorry.
He grabs his stub and he just goes ah,
He doesn't hear anything beyond the scream.
and he just hopping up and down like one foot to the other foot and just like ah. Okay, WE1142R. It is your turn.
Okay. I don't think I actually need
He's
to
just
move.
been in a hallway staring at a wall the whole time.
He turned you this way. Hold on.
I like
There you
this
go.
wall. No, I like this this direction way over here. That works too.
Yeah, this is a better direction. Yeah. All right. What are you
Okay.
doing?
So I think I don't really need to do anything all that complicated. I'm just gonna do a guiding bolt.
Okay. So guiding bolt on bolt. So that is You roll your d20 and add a 6. Woo! Wow.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on.
What?
That's a 4d6 damage.
Yep.
If it hits.
What?
I don't think I hit.
So I got a 3.
No, you missed. Okay, so you launch this guiding bolt, and it actually goes wide, and it actually go ahead and roll damage for me, will you?
Oh no.
Damage,
okay.
but you missed. So how does that
Yeah.
work?
You'll see.
Yep.
Okay, so
Why'd I roll
that's
twice?
I didn't.
Oh.
It's 46, right? Yeah, that's fine. That's 9 plus there's 12. That's 14. Okay, it goes wide and it entirely disintegrates the entire top right statue, and it just explodes in a shower of stone. It's now just a pile of rubble on the floor.
Haha! Take that, statue.
Being of
hold on.
neither
Can
metal
you-
nor flesh.
Can you draw on this map? Yeah. Can you like put an X through it?
I'm trying to line. Hold on. There we go.
Whoa.
This. No, that's not it.
There.
Freehand.
There you
There
go.
you go. Yeah.
Ah!
There you go. There you go. You got an X on it now.
I don't have
Okay.
my actual tablet hooked up.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is one statue down. Congratulations, I guess.
Congratulations.
Hold on, you've solved my puzzle.
And I'll just go ahead
Underneath
and move as
is
close as
a
I can
ham
behind you.
sandwich. Placed
Alright,
there millennia
Or
ago.
behind
you're moving-
Finnegan.
You're moving up. What's your hold on?
30.
You can move 30. Okay. You right behind him, basically. Just one.
I think
behind.
there's one square difference.
So there.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. All right. Top of the order. It is Finnegan's turn. This guy is looking real hurt and kind of just looking for like a way out, and then realizes there's no doors to this place. And how did he get here? And what is
I
his
thought you said
purpose
there was
in
a
life?
door by the water.
No.
Not visible? Alright.
Wait, hold on. Actually, hold on.
I thought you said there was a door somewhere.
But I don't think the ghoul's gonna
Yeah.
tell
Yeah.
him.
Okay. Sorry. You're right. No, you're right. Hold on. Yeah. No, you're right. There is a door to the bottom. Yeah, I marked the map correct. There, if you can see, there's a little bit of a door on the bottom, there. But yeah, there's no close exit for him to go to, and he's kind of regretting his life choices at this point. He's just, I'm regretting my life choices.
to law school.
In the left turn, Albuquerque.
I could have been a law ghoul.
Oh, and before he does anything, I shout to Finnegan, "Don't hurt him. He's friendly."
So there is a rule in D&D, by the way. If
okay.
any melee attack, you can call as basically you can call it that you don't want to kill somebody, and you will reduce them down to unconsciousness without actually killing them.
Oh.
I'm not saying you should do that now. I'm just letting you guys know in general in the future, especially for you, Finnegan, who punches people in the face. You can knock them out without murdering them.
And only the face.
Knock him out. Okay. So he'd be knocked out, so you can't talk to him or anything, right?
Right, but they won't die. So I mean,
Well, he
it would
might.
be-
He's missing an arm.
Well, yeah, true. But I'm letting you know now, in case it comes up in the future, that you can do that, but you have to call it before you do damage. Otherwise, you just kill them by accident.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you're like, I already punched you, but you're not dead, right? No, I already punched you. Yeah, right. So it's and you cannot do that with range attacks. Okay, you can't fire a missile at somebody and like knock them unconscious. No, they're gonna just like explode, right? Like, Finnegan, you're up.
You want to sit down?
No, and he like looks towards your leg and looks a little hungry. Like
I gotta. All right, I'll do one of them less than lethal forehead knocks.
okay, you gonna headbutt him. Okay,
It's an unarmed strike. I forgot to.
it's 15.
Yeah, it's 20 post mod,
All right, that hits. It definitely hits.
but not a critical.
Not a critical. Nope.
1d4 plus 3. Ooh, perfect.
Okay, it's a 7. Okay, you're headbutting, you said?
I meant punch him in the forehead.
Oh, punch him in the forehead. Okay, yeah. So you just punch him directly in the forehead, and like several of his teeth fly out, and he just slumps to the floor unconscious.
That's amazing that his teeth fell out when I hit him in the forehead. Just
They
saying.
weren't. They weren't in there very good.
No, it's a feat of my strength.
He had been like gnawing on the leg with like the side of his mouth before, because his front teeth were kind of loose before. So like two of the front teeth kind of just popped out when you did that, like which is the sheer force. You knocked him back into the wall, by the way. Like
Oh, okay.
you like
fine.
leveled him. Like just
Maybe
right in
next
the
time
face.
wear a helmet. Well, he's unconscious now, so that's that problem solved.
Yep. So now he is knocked out for the duration of for a while, actually. We'll say. So, yeah. I don't know how long consciousness lasts. It lasts a while though. So,
I want to ask Diggory something. So why did you not want to kill him?
Because you asked me not to. It seemed like I
Okay.
don't want to be okay.
Okay. Okay. No, I just was curious. I mean,
You didn't say it in the accent. I don't know if you were in character or not.
Oh, I was in character.
yeah. That's also you can just say
You
Nomad
did ask me not
says.
to.
You know, to clarify, or you could say Nomad says that. You know, and that's fine.
Well, I did say that. I said
Yeah, you did.
this is part of my character. So
Yeah. You guys have to be aware of that when people talk. It does get confusing for sure. So just a heads up for that.
Yes.
Okay, so you are now out of combat. You won. Congratulations.
I won with my fists and the gnome.
and the gnome who disintegrated an entire limb. and the robot who destroyed a statue. Unclear that was not a person that was going to attack them.
Certainly
that
some
was-
intimidation factor.
He was not clear on the rules of engagement apparently. So
Look, it was dark.
It was dark.
I don't know how
mean,
dark. Is it bright in here?
It's pretty bright.
It was dark.
Look, I just woke up from being dead. Okay.
We'll say that corner of the room was dark, and you thought it moved. All right, so you're out
I'm
of
just gonna
combat.
check all the corners of the room now. My room, I mean.
Oh, your real
The
life
real
room.
room.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
I dealt with the problem at hand. I don't know what to do
Can we
now.
put that ghoul on the table? Because that looks like you could put a ghoul on it.
That's a big
Okay.
you thing.
Okay, you gonna do that?
Sure.
Yeah, you are gonna do that.
Okay, there he is.
And and Nomad wants to go over and measure him.
Okay. All right.
So
Okay.
Nomad goes over. He pulls out his
I
he's
mean,
got
I'll
a
go over
measuring,
and take a
he's
look.
got a he's got a measuring tape, and he measures the length of him and the size of his head. And
I don't
he
know how
pulls
to
out
erase.
he pulls out his little notebook and he writes down a bunch of numbers. He says,
Okay.
"Cool, very interesting, very interesting." He says, so that's what he's doing.
About the first knowledge he gains after becoming awakened from the undead is he learns the size of the skull of this ghoul.
That's right.
There's probably a sizable dent in it. Just saying.
Oh yeah, I mean it's missing teeth and I mean it's missing a limb too. So I mean,
Well, I'd
it's,
say he'd take out a camera and take a picture of him, but you know.
you can't do that. You gotta sketch that stuff. Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna sketch a picture of him too.
Okay. You sit down and start sketching.
Okay, so what do I actually know about me?
You know that you're a warforged and that you're from like a sandy area. That's you kind of have flashes of like it's kind of like a desert area. And at one point you were kind of involved in like a war of some kind. You're not sure which one. There were several that were happening. You know, you vaguely remember that were going on. Yeah, you don't know a lot about
I guess we
yourself.
should all ask that question.
Yeah, I mean, and kind of this is a little bit up to you guys too, how much you know, because you guys didn't write a ton either, which is fine.
Well, you told me not to.
I told you not to, yeah, for a reason, because you don't remember
So,
much.
I guess nothing like a little bit of bloodshed to get the introspection running.
Yeah.
I guess what do I remember about me, Trevor? Tell me, oh dungeon master, oh master.
So when you first woke up, you smelled
Aside-
those tacos, right? And that
Not unusual for Texans.
no, but that reminded you of home, and you're not sure why.
Oh.
Okay. And you
So-
kind of you feel like you definitely have. I mean, you feel your connection still to your key, which is your chi, right? You still feel your connection to that monk kind of spiritual flow. You still feel that connection.
So I feel connected to my source of power, and tacos remind me of home.
Yep. Basically. I think what else I can tell you. That's,
Oddly
yeah.
enough, the place I lived before Texas had a significant Mexican population.
True. Okay. Yeah, that's and Nomad.
I have stuff written down. Am I not supposed to know that?
You remember the one defining character trait of you,
Okay.
right? Like the one key one that you don't know you really want to share with strangers, because that's kind of like a, you know, it's personal. Yeah, it's kind of a strange thing.
It's not like they're not going to find out.
Yeah,
I woke up
yeah.
in a dungeon one day. I froze off this ghoul's arm. Sure hope nobody finds out.
I need to kill the witnesses, but I need to also look like the nice guy.
And you also do you remember some of your time learning spells and magics? You don't
That's good because I have 2 learned spells. Am I supposed to learn them?
Yeah.
I guess it's like riding a
You-
bike; you never really forget.
Yeah, well, it's like muscle memory here. Like you kind of like you remember doing these motions and saying these words, but you can't remember the context in which they were in. You remember there was somebody like a mentor or something nearby that was helping you learn these things, but that's kind of all you remember at this point.
What about prepared spells? I have some prepared spells. Am I supposed to unprepare them?
No. This isn't
Okay.
anything that your character at all. I'm just letting you know, kind of like just
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and WE1142R, you remember that you helped people a lot. You have medical knowledge and kind of like, grasp on, wounds and kind of bandaging, and you have a connection back to your life magic. which it kind of links back up into your deity, which you can almost remember, but not quite right now. It's on like on the fringe of your memory. You remember that you had a bigger purpose, but you can't quite put your finger on it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, that's kind of what you guys remember about yourselves. If I should have led with that, sorry.
Well, I guess with that knowledge, then I will say WE would like to bandage the wound.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Do I need to roll for anything on that or no?
Roll a medicine check.
How would I do that?
Roll a d20, add your medicine modifier. It's one of the 20 skills or whatever it is.
Which, if you're proficient, is wisdom.
Your medicine
So 6
is...
plus 6,
Oh,
12,
nice.
I think. Wait, is that?
Yeah, it's plus 6. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of wisdom.
So do we really want this guy to live?
Up
I'm
you guys.
just fixing
You're
his
the one who
arm.
told me not to kill him.
So you do a decent job bandaging the arm. I mean, as good as you can. It's still leaking a lot of blood because it's a severed arm, and you don't like have stitches or way to cauterize it or any really like real way to like fix this permanently. It appears to have kind of stopped the bleeding mostly.
We could cut his leg off and set a fire with it to use it to cauterize the wound of the arm.
I mean, okay.
So what does this mean that he's not unconscious forever, right? He's gonna
No.
wake up eventually.
Wake up eventually, yeah.
If he doesn't bleed out, that is.
Right, which yeah, he might eventually. Yeah, you've mostly stabilized him, I would say. I think he's basically stabilized at this point.
Okay, Nomad says, hey guys, don't you think maybe we should tie him up if we're not gonna kill him?
Well, what if
That seems
nobody
like a good
comes
idea.
along to get him untied?
Oh, good point. And he is a good-looking fellow.
Right.
He's so friendly. His eyes, see his eyes? How
Is
kindly
that a
they
question?
look. Yes, they look so kindly. Don't you agree?
I like how they're just rolling around.
They're like bloodshot, and like his eyelids have been peeled off, so they're just always staring at you. Like he's unconscious, but he looks like he's just staring into your soul.
I'm gonna go 10 feet south and look at the water and see if there's anything in there.
Okay. So
Is there anything besides the obvious water?
roll a perception check, or I say the investigation check. You're actually looking into the water itself, like looking for something like kind of particular.
Is it? Which one is it? Because there is a modifier if I have investigation.
I did investigation.
Then it'd be
You're
a-
searching.
Then be a 15.
15. Okay. Yeah, you can see into the water. It's kind of oddly reflective for some reason. You can't really put your finger on why it's so reflective, because it's almost like a mirror in
Is
a
it
way.
because of the harsh fluorescent studio lights above the ceiling?
Yes, you're actually in a studio lot on Paramount Pictures, and they just couldn't get the lighting right. He quit yesterday, and it's just unfortunate. Yeah, it's real bad up here. This Seinfeld set is garbage. But no, it's oddly reflective, and there's steps leading into the water. This isn't a very good depiction of the basin. It's actually square. Sorry.
More
It's
of a
kind of-
baptismal font than anything else.
Right, like you can wade into it from the sides. It looks like potentially, and there's like kind of like some ornate handrails on one of the sides. It looks like it's kind of intended to be gone into, to pee into. Yeah, you can't really
To
see.
be fair, where else would you piss in a dungeon?
It's true, I suppose. But yeah, you can't see much into the water itself because it's so reflective. You can see like a little ways down, and you can see it goes down fairly far. Probably. You can't tell depth though. It's too hard to tell.
Pardon.
Can I grab a chunk of the statue I blew up and toss it in there and see what happens?
Sure. Okay, so you do that, and the water ripples, and it just goes. When the waves kind of move a bit, you can see a little further down into the pool, and it just keeps going.
Like forever?
No. I mean, you can.
You mean the
I would say-
statue piece keeps going down, or
Oh, I mean, how far you can see. The statue piece vanishes from sight, basically. So Finnegan, you could probably see only like, I don't know, a foot or two down. Okay, like not very far. Whereas you drop the rock in and kind of are able to use that as like a visual way to track it. And once the water is now rippling, you can kind of see further in. You can see probably like 4 or 5 feet now before the stone vanishes.
Hmm.
It's still very reflective, so it's still hard to see.
okay. I have a spell detect magic, but I don't know what good that would do because it's pretty sure it's magical anyway, right?
You don't know that. I don't
You
know.
can't be completely sure until you detect magic.
Oh, should I waste a spell on that? I only get 2 per day.
Up to you.
No, I'm not asking you. So,
Oh.
Nomad's asking the crew.
I mean, you can't ask about spell slots, but
What's that?
you can't ask them about spell slots, but you can ask them if it's worth
No,
doing. Yeah.
no, but can I? But would you like me to do that? The detect magic.
I don't mind either way.
Or do you
I
want to just
imagine
keep
we're going to wind up
investigating?
stepping into
I'm
it
on
to see
it.
what happens.
I'm honestly also indifferent.
Okay. Well, let's look around some more. That's not unless you can. You're not going to put your hand in it, right?
I'm not.
I'm not.
My hand is flesh. I don't know. If
Oh, but
anybody...
it didn't dissolve the stone.
Yeah, but I'm not stone.
We could throw the ghoul in there.
But that might
Yes,
contaminate
No,
the water.
Let's throw him into a pool of water and hope he doesn't drown on top of whatever could happen.
Yeah, he's unconscious and we can contaminate the water. What if the water needs to be clean?
It's true. All right, I
What
want.
about you, metal man? Stick a hand in there.
Okay.
You gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slowly or fastly?
Slowly.
How far? Okay. As soon as you touch it, it starts to burn. All right. How far are you putting your hand in?
I guess once it starts to burn, I pull back.
Okay. You don't take damage then. Okay.
Okay, not a good idea.
Yeah, wait, let's get the gnome. Or not.
Hey,
The ghoul, the ghoul.
Cool. Just because we both start with G.
Okay. So you're taking the ghoul and what? You
No, I'm not
toss it
going
out?
to do that. I don't. He's in it
Okay.
already.
All right, I want to look around this. What did you call it? Altar?
The altar. Yeah.
Okay. What do I see? I'm looking in more detail.
Roll investigation.
Okay, so
Is
how
he
do I do
tall
that?
enough to see up there?
Yes. There's a convenient step stool. It appears that there was
Oh,
actually
gee.
some shorter people but they worked in the area before, so there's probably some dwarves or some gnomes or something that have worked here before, so they accommodated that already.
Some of the watchers in the dark. Mm.
So how do I do investigation?
Roll a d20 and add your investigation modifier.
Well, investigation modifier. Where's
It's
that?
it's your under skills under I. So
Oh, under
it's,
five. Oh, it is there. I somehow missed it. Okay, so
yep,
it's a
you-
plus 5.
plus 5, which is quite good.
So
Just-
roll
hey,
d20.
Can you remind me? Do we still get that modifier if we don't have the proficiency in that thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
The
already
modifier is
it's
it's
factored
based
in.
on it's based on your proficiency, right?
Your proficiency's already been factored in.
oh, all right then.
So that's
Oh,
a 15
Plus 5 is
5. It's 20. Okay, so you examine the crap out of this table.
Yep.
I mean, you already were over here, kind of like with the the ghoul and whatnot. Anyways, you were kind of measuring, you kind of been poking around. So you see that there's a single holy symbol that's kind of like prominently placed in the center of the altar, and then next to it there is a kind of a box with like a whole bunch more in there, like just a whole collection of like a dozen or so
Of holy symbols?
holy symbols. Yeah.
What is a holy symbol? You mean it's like a
It's like a D&D equivalent of a crucifix, right?
yeah, okay, got it. Okay. Yeah.
I don't have a symbol in mind. We can just say it's a
Okay, I thought my symbol
Other
like it was a letter.
mm,
Like a
I imagine
And
a
then-
symbol like a hi-hat.
right. No, it's definitely not. And then to one side there is a ornate knife that's just kind of laying on top of the altar, and then there you can see that there's blood on the altar itself. And yeah, there's not much else on the altar. There's like a runner on it, like a tablecloth, and when you move that, you can see there's like it's just super dirty, like someone just covered a bunch of coffee stains up. So
Can we lift up the lid? Is there a lid on this thing? To
this
look
is not the Ark of
inside?
the Covenant.
I know. Well, you never know.
I mean,
There's
you
another
can
gnome in there.
you can
And there's-
lift it
Cool.
if you want. It's the altar is pretty simple in terms of like structure. It's kind of just like two large
Okay.
pillars, and then on top of that slab. I mean, it's prettier than that, but it's fairly well crafted. But in terms of like just pieces, there's it's not something you could like you can see
Okay.
underneath it.
Okay.
Right.
So the picture shows like two pieces to it. Am I investigating both, or is that other thing something else?
That's just ignore that. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
You can't go 100%. You need to go off of the actual given description, not the actual visual from all this.
Yeah, it's hard for me to remember.
I know it's
Yeah,
it's
okay.
better. It's better than nothing, right? They're mostly
Oh
just
no, it's great. It's
they're
great. Yeah.
visual placeholders for you can kind of like visualize where things are, but that's kind of it, unfortunately.
Okay. It looks like I got good investigation things. So shall I do some more investigation, guys? I guess that's a yes. I was just gonna nomad walk over to the statues and look at each one individually and look for any words on it or any symbols or
Okay.
anything like that. So there's those symbols actually wait, before I do that, can I look into the symbol box and see if there's anything of interest? Or you already told me all about it?
It's just a box of symbols at the bottom.
Okay.
There's some like screws and stuff, but like nothing really. And there's like a piece of wood, but like yeah, there's like another knife in there that looks broken.
Oh, another knife. Okay.
That the Talisman looks like.
Yeah,
that
so it
was-
looks like they've been doing their holy rituals and stuff here.
right.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over the statue up on the upper left.
Okay. So I'm gonna use the same investigation roll for all
Okay.
this because it's all
Okay.
kind of at once here, and it's a good roll. So there's 3 statues in the room.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
yes, I know.
Hopefully that's not a problem for you guys. There are 2 demons and 1 angel in the room now for statues.
There were
And
2 angels apparently. You
Right.
killed an angel.
Whoops.
And the angel is holding that holy symbol that you kind of see on the table, and the 2 demons are holding them both face down. So they're
Oh, I
up,
see.
like in a sacrilegious kind of way. You kind of suspect.
So we were raised from the dead to save the world, but instead we've almost immediately declared ourselves evil by accident.
Oh, I
Yes.
see. We
And
can
now-
always
now you-
destroy a demon statue if you really feel bad about it.
Honestly, yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
looking at that thing that what was he, a mage or whatever that guy was? That
What?
the Grim Reaper guy that we met before.
Bane-
He said
Bane?
something.
Yeah. Oh, do you want me to repeat it?
Well, I'm looking at it. It says, "Born of blood and born of dirt, born twice now, be to damnation avert." What? I still don't know what it means, but I just.
I take that to mean we were born normally, and now we're born again,
Mhm.
revived to avert damnation of something.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's we already fulfilled it, or we already know what it means. Then. I was
I don't
thinking
know.
maybe it was a clue to something in the future, but
I mean, I'm just
Maybe not.
guessing here. I don't know.
well, it's not a bad guess. Yeah, I wasn't sure what the blood and.
Oh,
dirt
actually, I
thing-
probably should have stated that was Ames's voice, by the way, that said that. Just to be clear. I
Oh,
didn't
that's
use
right.
that,
There was
so-
two. There was 2 people there, wasn't there? There was an old man.
No, well, there's the mariachi band, and then there's Ames. I'm
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm saying that the voice you heard when you entered the room was Ames's voice.
Oh,
Wait, which
okay,
direction did the mariachi band exit?
They entered
only
the door.
exit.
They entered the door before it turned into a portal, so they went into like a different
Okay. Dimension or something.
dimension, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interdimensional mariachi band.
That's a great metal band.
And he fits into 9 circles too.
Yes.
Okay. So any.
I mean, I know what the 9 circles is, but I don't know if my character would. So,
You guys have heard of the 9 circles? I mean, for sure. I mean, this is kind of like just basic
Oh.
kind of understanding of how the world works.
Okay, I know nothing about this.
the nine
guys-
circles is the alignment thing, but each one has its own realm. There was one for all the neutrals and lawfuls and evils and stuff.
That's not this.
Ah!
All
I
right.
was going based off what I got from Planescape Torment.
Nope. This is Dante's Inferno. 9
Oh,
circles.
I don't know.
This is
Oh.
so
hell.
you are familiar with stories of the 9 circles because there are different planes of existence in this world, and one of them is the underworld, which contains 9 circles, and it is hell. So it means you guys literally are in hell at the moment.
Oh, so we're in hell in the 9 circles of hell or something like that.
Yes.
I see. Are these 9 circles like concentric circles, or are they like?
You don't know. It's all been kind of theory being told to
see.
you. You don't know
Okay.
like what's like legit and like what's kind of like abstract
Okay.
storytelling.
All right.
Actually, I see all the 20 on your investigation. Where else are you looking?
Well, I'm gonna eventually look at that big water thing, but I was looking at the
Are you-
statues.
Okay,
What's that?
so well, I guess since you're looking at both those statues, the top left and bottom left, I'm just gonna say that also above the door you came from, you over the top of it is inscribed the word limbo,
Oh,
and there's a Roman numeral 1 above it.
oh, so we came from limbo. Sounds like. It looks like an entrance to the to where we came from.
Yeah.
entrance
But-
slash exit, whatever.
But
right?
remember that you didn't come through the real part of that door. You came through a portal.
Oh, so maybe we're in limbo now then.
Right. You kind of gather that it's kind of a labeling for the area you're currently in. So that means you kind of
Ah.
gather you're in circle 1.
Okay. Okay. So I'm still looking around everywhere, up and down, and looking
Mhm.
at the ceiling. Looking. Is there a ceiling?
Yeah, there's a ceiling. It's
okay.
it's like 10 feet
Yeah,
tall.
ignore the aforementioned fluorescent lights.
Yeah.
And I look on the floor and I see this DGN fog. I don't know how to read these characters.
Yeah, you gather
That's
that
'cause you're
that's
looking
some weird sponsorship deal with the stone basin that made this thing. That's
right,
actually
yes.
his branding. That he's-
Branding, yes.
He had must have had some sort of argument with the people who like paid him, so he decided to just brand wherever he went every single stone. So there's some sort of falling out
Not to
there.
mention the serial numbers on every rock as well.
Okay, so I'm looking at all the corners. I'm avoiding the water thing just for now. I'm looking at everything but.
Yeah,
And
there's
I looked really detailed at that statue. I don't see
Yeah.
anything more to it, right?
no, that seems to be
Okay.
pretty much it.
Okay, so it's time to go to the water. I'm looking around the outside of it.
Yeah.
Just see is there anything written on it, all that kind of stuff.
Actually, make another investigation check for me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is not going to be so good.
Ooh.
Yep, you just see what Finnegan saw, and you kind of just see the water being water.
Okay. Alright, I should have looked at the water first.
WE114R2R, are you looking around too?
Can I make my animal handling work on the ghoul? So he's
Uh,
kind of animalistic at this point.
I mean,
No.
he's also unconscious.
Nope, you cannot.
Dang it.
He is not a beast class, so no.
Full screen help. I guess can I inspect the door at the bottom in the meantime,
Yeah,
or just
go for
walk
it.
over to it, whatever.
Yeah,
Which
there's
door?
there's a door on the bottom middle of the room. Yeah, how funny would it be if you guys just like
got
like
lost.
left and didn't pay attention. So you go over to the door. Are you gonna open it?
Was Verd gonna do anything? I don't want to interrupt him too hard.
I didn't have anything more interesting on that.
Yeah, I guess I'll take a yonder grab at that doorknob.
Okay, are you gonna open it?
No, I'm just gonna hold on to it for a while.
No. Are you touching the door?
Yeah, I'm holding the doorknob.
Okay, you fly backwards. Pass over the water and land about 20 feet back.
I'm back where I started almost.
Yep.
Well then.
Okay, so can I use any of my rolls on that door? Like insight or perception for anything?
Yeah, you can roll an investigation check on the door.
Well, I
Want
mean,
to?
aside from investigation. 'Cause-
You can roll an Arcana check if you wanted to see if it's magic, and you can kind of devise the nature of it. Let's see. You could. Yeah, it's kind of it. I mean,
Because honestly,
kind
I
of-
shouldn't be investigating anything.
yeah. So
Neither
you
should I, by the looks of it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll-
can I do? I'm gonna look up insight real quick and see if it.
Throw the gnome!
Throw the gnome.
If we can just break the door open.
Hold
with
on, if
the-
somebody just touched the door and flew back 20 foot, how far back would the gnome fly if we threw him?
hey!
Dude, you can play catch with the door.
Also, you will note that you didn't get hurt by that.
I meant to ask, but I wasn't gonna mention it in case you just let me get away with that.
No, like
Oh.
which you find odd that it
I
kind of
wasn't
just
thrown. I was more moved.
flung you. I mean, you kind of skinned the knee a little bit there, but otherwise you were fine. Like,
Ow.
because you kind of just tumbled on the ground.
That's
But
like
it
80
the,
hit points
but
my
the door, but the door itself didn't hurt you. It just kind of like you just all of a sudden were just like pushed back.
Okay.
Okay, well, why don't we look around the door and see if there's any clues? I'm gonna go over there and
Okay.
start looking around.
You rolling for general investigation, or are you looking for magic specific?
General to begin with.
All right,
I could-
roll investigation roll. What?
I could roll my Arcana for that.
Is that you,
Ooh,
Verd?
look at that.
No, it's not me.
So
That
18
is-
and 5,
Oh.
right?
Okay. So yeah, you look at the door. It has a little bit of a tiny glow to it. Other than that, it looks just like a door. Yeah, there's not
So-
much to it.
So how does this? You said you want to look for magic and stuff. Don't I have to cast a spell to do that?
Well, you can do a general arcana check to see if you're like, is that magical? Yeah, it's magical. You know.
So is that
Um,
the same roll and same rules and everything?
It's Arcana instead of Investigation. But
Oh, so I have to look under arcane.
Arcana, it's a skill.
Oh, I
It's
see.
a
It's also
third
plus.
one.
It's also +5 for me.
Goodness.
So I guess I'll do that too. So
Okay.
I'm gonna roll again, right?
Okay, go for it.
The gnome rolls Arcana check. Oh.
Not so hot.
Okay, what is your plus?
5, so that's 12.
The 12. Okay. Yeah, the door is definitely magical. It seems to have been.
You said it's not magical?
It is definitely magical. It seems to have been imbued with some sort of warding spell of some kind. It's not clear kind of what.
What's a
what-
ward?
As in, it's been enchanted with something that deters something from with certain qualifications, right? You know, if it's certain kinds of species or people, or there's some sort of qualifier for it potentially.
Oh, you mean that it has? It's like it has a trigger?
Yeah, it has like an if-then statement basically attached to it. Like it's if someone touches the door, then it shoots you back. Like
Uh-huh.
If they meet the requirements to open it, they open
Right.
it. Ah.
right.
Oh, I see. So we could each try.
Yeah,
Because
you
maybe
could.
it's linked to.
Maybe human monks who punch ghouls aren't allowed through.
Okay, well, I guess we should each try it. I'll try it next.
Move me out of the way, please.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you got
Everybody
it.
move out.
Okay.
Move me down.
All right. All right. So you're gonna go ahead and touch the door,
Touch it. Yep.
All right,
I'm guessing
and-
it's gonna throw me.
and you fly back really far.
Yeah, it doesn't like. Okay, so who did it first? Finnegan, right?
Finnegan did. Yes.
And Finnegan
So-
isn't
See, someone-
magical. What?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess it's WE's turn.
All right.
You
Well,
gotta do it.
is there any form of roll that I could do to improve my odds with this? Like, would one of my skills be something I should use here? Maybe Arcana? Or would that just be a part of investigating it?
It's kind of short. You kind of already learned kind of what all you can that you know of this. You didn't see any like particular triggers or anything like physical triggers, any physical traps or anything. You don't really know what else you can do to look at this door that would actually help you in some way, by just visual at least.
What's it made out of?
Wood.
Can I use Sacred Flame on it?
Yeah.
Just burn it down.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna use Sacred Flame on it from how far away?
Right where I'm at's fine, so that'd be 25 feet.
Maybe move me further back. I don't know what flame does.
Okay. And you're gonna go from this angle right here.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I guess the
So-
pool is the best thing to catch any glowing bits.
So if I remember correctly, it's not like a flamethrower. Let's see. I mean, it doesn't need to succeed on a dexterity saving throw because it's wood. So roll damage, I guess.
Okay, that would be 1d8.
It's 1d8. Yep.
Ooh.
A flame appears on the door, and like it's a raging inferno, and it lasts for a couple seconds, and then it goes out, and the door is unscathed.
Okay.
Aw.
Then I guess I touch the door.
Okay. You touch the door, and you fly back even further,
Oh, I wonder if it's every time it's further or.
and you actually hit the wall, and it kind of hurts a little bit, but not damage-wise. It's just kind of like, ow.
Oh, it's getting worse. Getting worse.
Yonder
yeah.
door gets
Oh.
angered.
Okay,
Oh,
are there any symbols on or around the door then?
Nope.
Can we throw the ghoul at the door and see what happens?
You gonna do that?
What about a piece of the ghoul?
What
the
about the
arm
arm he
shattered,
was chewing
didn't
on?
Yeah, the arm shattered. It's just a pile of it's melted a little by now. There's some
More of
fleshy
a
bits
pile
here
of
and there.
flesh.
It's kind of a gooey, kind of like sticky mess, but there are some larger shards that are like. A
I'm
couple
just thinking
inches long.
something's not gonna hurt if it flies at us.
There's that knife there. Just kidding.
Yeah, right.
What? Give me one of them religious symbols out of that box, and I'll just toss it at the door.
Oh, that could hurt.
Well, then get out of the way.
We could take cover in the other
you gonna do
room
that?
while somebody
Are you
does
gonna do
stuff
that?
with
Just
Hold
a
on.
symbols.
symbol.
Hold on. Are you throwing the symbol or no?
Yes, I will do that.
Okay, I'm just trying to clarify what we're doing here.
Way.
Okay. All right, that's
Go,
fine.
go into that hallway over there.
All right.
Yeah.
So what angle are you throwing the religious symbol?
Uh, I'm gonna do a slight underhand toss from another 15 feet south.
Like
15.
here, there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bit of an angled throw so that I'm not in the direct line of fire.
And he's throwing it at the doorknob, right?
I'm just throwing it.
the door in general.
Well, I
Because
mean,
it's
yeah,
gotta hit the
I'll aim for the
doorknob.
doorknob, but good luck hitting it.
Okay. It's just, yeah, roll attack roll. Okay.
Oh,
Cool. And then
Make it up.
If it's improvised weapon, I'd say it's like a +2 or something. That's fine. Okay.
I hit it. I
Hit
don't
the
know if
door.
hit
I mean,
knob.
because you're not an idiot. And it rebounds off the door. It actually it hits, what's it called? Like a railing that's in like outside the pool of water, and it kind of bounces towards the water and then slowly falls in.
I'm gonna be
water-
real. My next guess was to throw a symbol in the water.
And the water just shines bright white
Oh.
for a split second there, and it kind of pulses a bit. At that time, as soon as and then the last pulse after it glows, you can see all the way down to the bottom, and you can see now there's a rock in there, and there's this symbol, and at the bottom is a door.
Okay, so we can we all
I
go
can
over
see.
and look?
You can't.
Finnegan
We all
sees the
go over
door.
and look?
Yeah, because I assume you were watching this as you threw it, where it was going. Yeah, and I mean, you guys kind of see like it glow, and it flash, but you don't see to the bottom because you're too far away. But then again, it's close enough to see at the bottom of the pool.
I guess I'll ask Finnegan what he saw.
There's a door at the bottom.
Wait, how far down did you say?
It's a good depth. I would say it's like 20 feet.
Metal Man, do you breathe? Do you need to breathe?
I do not. Can I stick my hand in it again to see if it burns?
It burns.
Wow.
Will it? Wait a minute.
Uh,
I have a plan here. It involves we're gonna throw the symbol in and then toss the ghoul in afterward to see if he burns.
Can I stick a finger in there for a prolonged period of time to see what happens?
Yeah.
I imagine you will lose your finger.
I do too.
Are you gonna do that?
I'm not sure.
Can we try
Should
my
I
ghoul
do that?
thing first?
We could try the
It's your
cool thing
call.
first.
I mean, you have other things other than your finger to put in there for prolonged periods of time too.
Well, we
have more
already know
with
that the
statue.
rock went down there and is fine. So
the
I
cell
would
is
assume
down
that
there, and
items
you
would
have-
also be fine.
You don't know that because you're not a rock, so you don't know if it took damage.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You don't know if it was an agonizing pain all the way down or not.
Well, yeah, get the symbol and throw it in and then throw a ghoul in.
Well, the symbol's
You
already
know that?
in there, right? Wasn't there only one?
There's one.
Or was it
symbol.
one from the statue?
Well, there's
Uh,
a whole bunch of symbols in the box, right?
Actually,
we don't
as
necessarily want to. What?
as you guys are all looking over this pool of water, the door opens and
Oh.
it sucks in the stone and the symbol and then closes.
Well,
Ooh.
so I guess what we gotta do is throw the symbol in and then jump in ourselves without burning to death? Is this holy water?
I mean,
Are you a spawn of whatever the equivalent of Satan is? Bird?
I
So
don't think so.
you're thinking possibly that we could survive it if we threw a symbol in.
Oh my goodness, I have a better idea. It involves me standing here,
Okay.
tossing a symbol in, and then just when the door opens, I'll probably get sucked in with the items, or I can just walk through the open door.
Oh wait, well you said door. You talking about the door at the bottom of the water?
Door at the bottom of the water. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot there's multiple doors.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a trap door at the bottom of the of the water that it opened
Whoops.
One
Well, I
door
get-
leads to safety. The other door leads to destruction.
up. Horrible
I-
death. Yes.
Okay, new idea.
um,
Hold the symbol and jump in the water. We can test this with the ghoul.
with the ghoul, yes. You gotta
don't-
somehow stuff it down his throat or something so it stays.
Look,
Make
we
him
got.
choke on it.
He's
Shove it
still
all-
alive, you know, right?
We could just tie it
Yeah,
to his
but he's
hand.
unconscious, so
Okay,
I
I'm
don't
just
wanna
like-
wake him up.
Okay, don't be rude.
I don't want to be
Unfortunately, I
rude.
can't
Let's just
really
throw him in the
log-
Bernie water.
We were gonna kill him.
Unfortunately-
Come on.
What are you doing?
I'm definitely all in for putting the symbol in the mouth of the ghoul and throwing the whole thing in the water.
Is
Are
there
you doing
any
it or are you
way?
saying it?
Is there any way that we could talk to the ghoul? Like, do I
have to
have
wake
the
him up, I
skills
imagine.
to make that happen?
I mean, he doesn't.
you
he,
could
didn't-
heal
he,
him.
he didn't seem particularly talkative
All
before.
he said was he was hungry.
He seemed to have a limited vocabulary and
I think that's a dead
mostly
end.
just wanted to eat you. I mean,
Do
you
I have
could
any food in my inventory?
You have some trail mix. We're not sure how it got there because you don't eat. But they're just like some loose trail mix in your pocket that someone like just put there apparently, and it's kind of just like it's kind of nasty.
Well, he's
Uh,
tied up,
They're
right?
long-
What?
He's tied up, right?
I think he's diabetic at first. I was like, what?
No, I don't. I don't think he's tied up.
He's
just
not
laying
tied up.
there.
He's not tied
No,
up.
we
Oh, I
talked
thought we
about-
tied him up.
Nope, you did not say so.
Well, then we should tie him up.
Okay.
But what are we gonna do? What's our plan?
I want
My
to try
plan's
talking to him.
My plan's to toss him and the off-brand crucifix down the
You have-
Bernie water.
Well, okay, but
Two
how,
very different approaches.
okay, how can you talk to him? That
If we
leave
tie him
money?
up, then
Yeah.
at least he won't be attacking to us. And he has said words in response to words that we've said to him.
No,
So
but
I'll offer
he's-
him trail
but-
mix.
but
as
he's
food.
unconscious. So you're gonna heal him? Is that what your plan is?
If that's
How
what
do
it
you-
takes to wake him up, sure.
Oh, we're gonna slap him in the face and see if he wakes up for it,
Just-
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
don't
what do
know,
we got to
piss
tie
on
him
his
up
head?
with? Do we have anything to tie him up with? Is he like wearing
You all,
bandages?
you all have rope.
yeah,
We all have
I-
rope. Okay, so let's tie him up.
Okay. You tied up.
Okay. So go ahead, do your plan.
All right, well, I slap him on the face and try to
He's
wake him up.
Where'd he go?
Carrot,
Uh,
your metal hands could break what's left of his skull.
Yeah. It,
A
it
light
leaves
slap.
Pretty... Okay. Okay. Yeah. Nothing.
Can I dip his toe in the water and see if that wakes him up?
You gonna drag him over to the pool of water?
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a couple of the symbols and just hold on to them for right now.
All right. So you dip his toe into the water, and he spontaneously combusts, and it disintegrates entirely.
Ah, ow! That was my third guess. It's holy water.
What's holy water do?
I don't know.
I don't know. I know things, though I don't.
If I roll Arcana on the water, can I learn anything about it other than if it is or is not magical?
You haven't rolled an investigation check at all, so you don't really have you.
I have not. I know it's water, and I've just watched a ghoul get disintegrated.
Just roll one for me, would you?
Okay. Yeah. There. -1 is
Okay,
my investigation.
so
So 13.
13.
So I guess that means I need you to tell me where specifically you're gonna look.
Back left corner.
No, I mean like on the outside of the water, in the middle of the water. Like there's railings and stairs, and like a lip around it, and like
By the
there's deep
stairs.
water like by the stairs. Okay. So you go by to the stairs, and you're kind of poking around, kind of looking. Are you getting down low, or are you gonna just kind of like look, like how close
can
are
get
you gonna
down
get to the? Okay.
I've already stuck my hand in it a couple times.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Okay, and you actually you see some writing, that's kind of engraved into the stone, near one of the steps.
Insert one taco to continue.
And it says the same thing that Ames told you. The voice of Ames told you when you entered the room.
Which was what again?
Which
Born of
was-
blood and born of dirt, born again to disaster avert, something like that.
born twice now to damnation avert.
Yeah, close enough.
All right, born
Well-
twice now be to damnation avert. Yes.
Well,
Oh,
I
wait,
guess seeing how that line was said, that means that this pool is probably important. If nobody has any objections or wants to play around with that door more, I guess I could try to step in.
You want to take a religious symbol with you?
You take a religious symbol with you, though.
I
Right?
got
Sure,
a couple
I'll
of
take a
them.
religious symbol.
Take
Okay.
one of mine.
You take a religious symbol out of the box, or the one on like the main one that's sitting out.
It's cool. It's not like I have like
Are
eight
they
of them
the
in
same
my pockets now.
same symbols or?
Yeah, it's the same symbol.
Nice.
But one was out and one was in a box. So
I'll take one out of the box.
okay. You take one out of the box and you walk over to the stairs, or are you jumping in? Are you jumping? Are you walking? What are you doing?
I walk.
Okay, down the stairs.
Yep.
Okay. You begin to slowly walk down the stairs, and you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
You're
Alright.
fine. You're fine. How far are you going in?
Oh no.
I guess until I feel something.
You feel something? Okay. Okay. You're up to your chest, up to your neck, up to your head. Okay. You're 235 pounds, and you begin to sink. Let me know. Interrupt me whenever you want to, by the way. And you're sinking, and you hit the floor of the water, and as soon as you touch the ground, the door opens, and you get sucked inside, and
Okay.
you're no longer here. So you're gone.
Okay.
Hey, Nomad, I guess I know what we gotta do now. You want one of mine?
Yeah. No. Did you get it from the box?
I got like 8 of them from the box. I grabbed a handful.
Did you?
Okay,
You'll
I'll
collect
That's what I
them.
said.
Oh, okay. Is there anything we want to take with us?
Unless you want a bit of ghoul flesh or a bit of rock from the corner over there.
Well, there
or
was
a
that
knife.
that knife, but we don't really care about the knife, right?
I don't need it.
Is there anything else? Was there anything else over there? There wasn't, was there? I can't remember now.
It's kind of just a
Delete him.
It's-
He's dead.
delete.
He disintegrated. So.
I don't know. You
Alright.
investigated the altar more than I did.
Yeah, I guess not. Okay, so yeah, okay, so let's go. I'll take one.
All right. So you're
Now we're not heavy like WE.
no.
I imagine your backpack might cause you to sink anyways.
Yeah, I mean you're all carrying stuff, so
Yeah,
you don't
okay.
really float very well.
It's all gonna be wet, but there's no way to
Yeah.
protect
risk
getting
risk
wet.
of adventuring, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you? Are you going, Nomad?
Hold on, I'm gonna see if there's a spell or anything I need to cast first or something.
To not drown.
Um,
I'll go in.
Okay. So you grab the holy symbol.
I've
Actually,
got
yeah,
7 of them now.
you get 7 of them. Okay. Okay. And
you're leaving me one, right?
You already
Yeah.
took one.
There's
Okay,
like
okay,
there's like
just
4
making
left.
There's still plenty in the box, I guess.
Yeah, there's still
Okay.
there was a dozen, and you grabbed 7, and you tossed one in, and then he took one. Yeah, there's a couple left. I don't want to do the math on that, but there's more. Okay,
No,
so are
Technically, there's 3 left in the box. I
Right.
grabbed one to throw at the door, and I grabbed 8 more.
you? And I'll say
I
that
gave one to robot and one, or no, the robot. There's 2 in the box. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
I'm going in
okay.
the fountain.
Are you walking, jumping? What are you doing?
I'll walk too. I don't want to.
Okay. You
I
walk.
don't want to
you walk-
exert myself.
Okay, you walk slowly into the pool, with the holy
Personally,
symbol
remind
in
me.
hand.
Personally, reminding me of a religious experience I've had. Let's keep going.
You swim down to the bottom. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep
Okay.
going. Hold my breath, please.
Hold your breath. Yes. Good idea. And you touch the bottom, and you're gone.
Oh, I did just think of something I could do.
Well, a little late now.
No, but it might still be useful. Hold on. I have. Where'd it go? I have a cantrip, which is message,
Oh.
and it says, "Point your finger toward a creature." So are they creatures?
Yes. But
Well,
you
we-
can't see them.
Yeah, you're in a room alone now.
Hold on.
You're by yourself.
No, that's okay. It says you can cast a spell through solid objects if you are familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier.
Okay.
So it says you point your finger toward a creature within range and whisper a message. The target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to whisper to WE and say, "Are you down there? Are you still alive?" This is, oh, by the way, this is Nomad speaking to you.
Okay. So you're on. You're doing what? You're paying
I'm
message
whispering
to
WE, the robot.
Okay.
I don't hear this. Bye 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 bye.
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed.
What was that?
Check the number and try again.
You got the answering machine. That's what you got.
So you know what this spell does. You know that means that they're not in this plane of existence, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Or more
And
specifically, just
they're-
out of range.
they're not directly behind that door.
Oh, I see. Okay, so this sounds like a good thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna basically do what Finnegan did and just go in and swim down.
Okay. You notice as you're swimming down at first that when you were swimming a little faster, it actually begins to hurt a little bit, but then when you slow down, it seems fine. So you
Okay.
realize it's a good thing you didn't jump in because that might have actually hurt a lot.
Okay.
I
So
was so tempted to jump.
I know, I wanted you to see what happened, but yeah. Okay, so you go down to the bottom, you touch the ground, and you're gone. Okay.
Or he's right there. I see him.
I see him.
We just crossed the wall.
You're not fooling me.
Also, just so you're aware, I couldn't really structure this map in a way that would encompass the circles of hell. So, just 'cause there's a hallway doesn't mean that's like the next room, right? Because you're going through portals here, right? So just a heads up for that. Like the last room and this room were not connected by like a hallway.
Like the picture shows, but it's actually
Right.
just-
It's for
a
practical
portal.
purposes.
Okay.
But yeah.
It only took us an hour to learn that we had to jump into a pool or walk specifically. Walk.
There we go.
Oh, there's a nerd in here.
There's a nerd in here. Yeah, you guys.
We could have just done that and forget about the ghoul.
It's okay. That's okay. You didn't know. This is actually not correct structurally. I apologize. That you emerge from you do a weird thing where you just went down, but now you're coming up. So like reality just kind of like shifted itself really quick.
Oh,
which is weird for
I
you.
get it. If you're playing the game Portal, you went through a portal on the floor that was leading to a portal on a wall.
And then you pop back up. Yeah. So there's hold on. Let me make sure my notes is correct.
Roll to
Okay.
see if you trip like a schlub.
No, you guys.
We're
It
fine.
was pretty soft. Jettison, you kind of emerge out of the water. You're not like shot up or anything. You actually emerge in a pool that looks pretty much the same. It's not on the map. I know. I'm sorry. It's much shallower though.
Quick question: do we still have our religious symbols, having gone through the pool?
No, they actually are gone.
Come on, I had like 9 of them.
Yeah, they seem to have like just disappeared out of your pockets. Actually, Nomad, as you're the last one in, you were holding yours as well. You just see it just shoot away and back down the drain basically you came from.
Okay.
But yeah,
My
so
collectibles, no.
you're in a shallower pool. It's only like a foot or two deep. Well, hold on, how's height work? Probably like 2-3 feet deep.
Like where we're standing right now. Where
yeah.
they're showing us. Okay.
I know. Sorry.
Okay.
You appear to you're not submerged anymore. So you're only like like knee deep, or I guess neck deep if you're Nomad. And you appear to be in what looks like kind of a Grecian bathhouse. And there's let me find my notes here. Yeah.
One big man telling us we got a purty mouth.
So there's kind of like a bunch of like large pillars everywhere, and like some big couches and some like lounging areas. What's weird is the first thing you notice is that everything is kind of covered in drop cloths, and they have giant red X's on them. There's people all shuffling about, but when you look at them, they're all blurry and like kind of pixelated almost. Like they have like distortion on them, which you find very odd.
If Horsehair's taught me anything, it's that the end times are nigh. It'll just take like 12,000 years. Don't worry about that.
There is one person that's in the middle of the room on the one end that is not blurry. It is a dwarven man that sits at the table. Is kind of just has his feet up on the table and sits kind of reclined in a chair. He's reading a newspaper, which you think is odd because you're in hell and you didn't know that there was a newspaper that they put out, but apparently there is. He sees you guys. Well, actually, he hears you guys kind of just pop out of the pool of water. He looks over his newspaper at you guys and kind of frowns a bit, and then he kind of sighs, like a big sigh, like ah. And he ushers you over real quick. And he goes, come on.
Okay.
You guys walking over?
Yep.
Oh, so he's signaling for us to come over.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
beckons with his stout dwarven
Okay.
hands.
Yeah. He says,
Sure.
"Hello, my name is Dungren. Welcome to the Trial of Lust. Pardon our dust, but due to some very serious HR issues, we're actually currently under renovation. Some of the new
Oh.
bureaucrats thought they could fix the problem with some censoring, which you kind of see around here. That's why things look weird. But that just made everything impossibly confusing for everybody and just a nightmare. So while the higher-ups are debating over a bunch of nonsense for another century probably, I have been assigned here to administer the trial. I have been unable to secure any additional information about what they want, of course, and wasn't given any other resources to do this. So I just have a few cups that I found lying in the room from all of the drinking that used to happen in here. And I was given this key that opens the door to the exit. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just put the key under these cups, these 3 cups, and if you
Oh,
can
jeez.
tell me where the key is once I've done moving them, you can leave. If you can solve this impossible riddle, you can leave the area and just keep going with your life, whatever it is you want to call it.
Do we all have to do this, or is it as a group?
You must select one person to do it for you. And he pulls out 3 cups and he sticks a kind of a large golden key underneath one of them. He waits for you guys to to pick your person to do that.
So is the idea he's going to be mixing the cups around and do the standard shell game stuff? Is that what
Yeah.
we're
Ball
hearing?
in cup game.
Weird. Okay.
How are people feeling about their perception?
I mean,
I'm not very perceptive.
Mine's a +2.
also you can roll insight on him specifically if you want.
Oh, sure, I'll
just
do that right now.
to kind of see what kind of person he is.
My insight gets a.
The natural
I was
one.
Not looking at the screen.
So you
Oh.
noticed that your shoe was untied, and you decided to go fix that real quick.
It's a boot. Ah!
Your boot was unlaced, and you decided to do that real quick, and you realized on the table that he has nice shoes.
Oh, nice. I'm sure HR around here does pay the employees well enough.
Well, I could roll insight too.
Yeah, go for it.
I got the first nat one! Yay!
+4, so 19.
Okay, 19. Okay, so
You notice he has very nice shoes.
this guy seems very bored and just doesn't give a crap. You can tell that he's putting very little effort into this. He does seem a bit sneaky in a way, though. Like, he has a little bit of a grin on his face. Like, he's come up with the cleverest joke ever that everybody else has already heard.
Oh, is he going to tell us a
when
riddle?
I think of an original pun.
No, the riddle, what? This is the riddle.
Okay, okay.
He looks very overly confident in himself. His riddle, or whatever you want to call it, he's giving you. His trial.
Then I declare that there is no key under the cup. Or was it a key?
Well, he hasn't moved them yet.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
weird. Okay.
I'll do that
so
later.
Anybody here who's got an advantage?
You need to select a person to
As I've
do
as
this.
I've just now proven, it shouldn't be me. I'm still lacing up my boots.
I will volunteer for it.
Okay. All right. You step forward, and he begins to move around the cups at lightning speed. And after 10 seconds or so, he stops and goes, "All right, where's the key?"
All right. Can I roll perception for this, or would this just be based off of?
Roll
Okay.
perception for when they're moving. Yeah.
Ooh.
So +4, 17.
So there are 3 cups, left, middle, right. The last thing you saw of the key was going from the middle one to the left one, but then you're not sure if where it went after that.
Oh, gee. Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater.
That's the joke.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Is it a wooden table, like with gaps in it, possibly?
Yeah.
Can I look underneath the table?
Sure. Hey, what are you
And-
what are you doing down there?
Seeing if the key fell on the floor.
Okay.
I imagine I would have heard it, but you never know.
You roll a perception check.
And can we be looking under the table too?
Yeah, you can all look.
Okay,
all
I'm
look.
looking under the
I-
table too.
All right.
I
So
would
7.
also roll a perception.
you don't see anything.
Okay, so I guess I would just guess a cup then.
Hold on.
I got 8.
You're all still looking. 8. Okay.
All right.
All right. Next one. You're all looking because after he looks down.
9 plus, I think you got a +2 for what kind of check is this?
Wisdom modifier, perception.
Perception.
Perception. +0. Sorry.
Okay.
Ooh.
You do actually see.
Well, I'm short, so I've been looking
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah, you're shorter, so you see something shiny in his boot.
In his boot.
Oh. Hey. Okay. So I'm gonna
Call him out on it.
So right now,
he's got something in his boot. I'm saying this.
Okay,
He's got
yeah.
something in his boot.
No,
It's
yeah,
shiny,
as-
it's shiny.
as WE1142R is kind of like going, and like kind of thinking about where he's gonna point. You're just hopping up and down on you're
Hop,
on
hop, hop, hop,
different-
hop, 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 hop,
and
hop,
just
hop.
screaming
Listen
out
to me,
loud.
Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me.
Okay, so but Verd, you're still the one in charge here of deciding where you're pointing, basically.
Which boot was it in?
Oh jeez.
His right, your left.
Okay, so I'll say your right boot.
What? How? Stupid gnomes. Stupid short people. I mean, I want to, but you know. And he goes,
No, it's different.
he reaches down into his boot, and he pulls out the key. He goes, "Fine," and he slaps on the table. "Get out of here!" And he points towards his door to your left, stage right. He just kind of thumbs over there and then puts his feet back up on the table and kind of snorts to himself. You know, it's typical. Reads the paper.
Damn, just because your joke wasn't funny, I mean you have to be a dick about it.
He
Alright,
goes,
so is
"Yeah."
this where we're stopping?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that,
Before we stop, can I ask him if he has any useful information about what might be ahead?
and he just gives you the finger.
What about if I ask in Dwarvish?
Oh, okay. Sure. Actually, roll a persuasion check for me, and I'll give you
+2.
advantage. I'll give you advantage. So roll it twice, and use a higher number.
Ooh, 21.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you ask him kind of like what are you asking him?
Asking for any useful information for
You have
upcoming-
to ask him in Dwarvish.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Also just Orcish, but from human mouth.
And he's like, well, where are you going?
Through the door.
Out.
Okay.
That's all we know.
Well, okay. Well, I'm not told a lot about this place. As you can see, I'm not given a lot of information, or resources, or love.
Sorry, can't help you.
But can I have a hug, by the way? Can I give a hug before you go, or no? Okay. But I can tell you, I know that they recently redid the trial in the third circle over in Greed, and I know from experience, from dwarves and myself, don't touch anything. It'll go real bad for you. Just hands out the merchandise, basically.
Okay, that's good.
I'm not gonna say this out loud in character, but that's kind of obvious in the trial of greed. Okay. Just saying.
Well, then I
also,
thank him.
All right. Well, we're not going to go to the next room now, anyway, right?
No, you're not.
So,
No. Yeah,
Okay.
no. I'm trying to think. Also, what else I can tell you? 'Cause that was a good roll, and you have Dwarvish, so he wouldn't know anything though. Yeah.
Okay.
He kind of just shrugs apologetically. He's like, "Sorry, that's kind of all I know."
You'd only know about like the other workers coming in and out through his room or something. Whatever. it is
Yeah.
they were-
Well, then
Also-
I say thank you, and I will give him a hug.
Oh, that's nice. It's kind of metally and tight, but I like it. You know, I'm
a dwarf
dwarvish, so
would.
I do like the metal feel. Thank you.
Ugh. Trial of lust is right.
You solved my riddle. You gave the lusty dwarf a hug.
Ah! I'm not gonna have to touch you, WE.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll finish this off here. You guys are gonna go through the door. I'm assuming.
Yep.
No, let's
I,
make it here.
Why don't we stop here? Because I was gonna
I
look
don't-
around
you're
here,
looking-
make
oh,
sure
the-
there was-
Around the room.
yeah, just like is there a sign out
Mostly-
in front of the door and all that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah. Okay. Now that you've seen the first one, I would say you can just you'll
Okay.
be looking for it, and you see the door above. That's right. Above the door, there is two labels. The first one is a hat, the Roman numeral 2, and the word lust, and below that is Roman numeral 3, greed. You're gonna open the door, and we'll just leave you in transit. How's
Okay.
that? You're gonna open the door, and
Yonder metal man has the key, but yes.
yes, Metal Man opens the door, and you realize as you're going through this portal that last time you went through the first portal too, is because there was this feeling you had when you went to the first portal that you felt again now, and you realize that you feel rejuvenated, which is weird. Like you've had a really long nap. Any health or spell slots are now given back.
Oh,
Which we didn't do any, did we?
I don't think so, but I think you only did cantrips and whatnot. But in case you had any, there you go.
So this is basically long rest. We can click on the
Yeah.
long rest thing, and just in case
Yeah,
we.
you feel like this is going to be part of the portal transfer experience that aims to set up for you. So that means that whenever you change rooms, you're going to get back all your health and slots.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
So
Oh, so actually we would have in the other ones too.
yeah, but yeah, you didn't.
The other one.
Yeah, you didn't have any.
Yeah.
I believed I didn't tell you, but yeah.
Okay.
Also, there was no combat here, so I didn't bother. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So
It's
that
not like
is-
the gnome or the ghoul did anything anyways.
Yeah, that's true. It didn't hit you, did it? Yeah.
It didn't, no.
Yeah, one attack and it missed. Yeah, like a punk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so that is the end of the first session. You got through
All right.
A whole
two-
3 rooms.
You got through 2 circles of the 9.